Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
Alright, welcome back. Now we're going to fight some more advanced Necron forms. They are. I have plotted the likely location of destroyer units. They are somewhere within this complex. The fortune of Mars be with you. Thank you, Kepra. This is deployment number 2. That's our second mission. Hooray! One of the things I like about this game is that there is a narrative, but it's almost like a choose-your-own-adventure book. Shit. How many times is there a fucking narrative in roguelike games that's not based on you dying all the time? It's cool. It's interesting. All right, we got a glyph. This time, last time I think we chose this one, and it got a heal. Right? Yeah, okay. So the one that looks like a little axe is a heal. Let's go here. There's only one room. We'd like to get there before we hit 2 in the Awakening, which we will maybe barely do that. The lives of the Logic Saints. Psalm 61. Even in death, our duty is not complete. Moodily wounded Skitarii lies on the floor, his torso laid open by gauss fire. He was evidently caught in a firefight and left behind when his unit fell back. It's likely the Skitarii are the robo-soldiers that you can think of them, of the Mechanicus. Though not true robots. None of us are true robots, because that would be heresy. They gotta have a human brain in there or else they're soulless machines. So they're all horrible bioorganic constructs. Biomechanical. Bioorganic. So, organic. He was evidently caught in a firefight and left behind when his unit fell back. It's likely the Skitarii were attacked by Necron destroyers. This Skitarii might have witnessed their tactics up close. He's mortally wounded. What if we... But what did Vitek say? He said, even in death does our duty not end. Let's just fucking download his brain. The cohort inserts a data probe into the dying trooper's cortical port. The shock of extracting the data of his final moments finishes him off, but the cohort acquires several minutes worth of data showing the destroyers emerging from the shadows in perfect coordination and unleashing a fatal crossfire. They are heartened that the trooper was able to share this knowledge even at the moment of death. Hooray! That gives us 2 CP. Very nice. Very good. Very dozer. Let's get this glyph. Usually, I have found that when a person talks to you before you hit one of these exclamation point events, if you kind of follow what their line of thinking is, you get better rewards. This has not always borne out, but, points for trying, right? Right, man? Alright. Let's choose this axe one, because we know it's a heal. But I would want to find one that gives us Blackstone, because that's a real thing, and then we could get Blackstone instead of just these wasted heals. But we could also be getting damaged and reduced CP and increased Necron Awakening. It'd be bad. Mission Relevant Opportunity. Combat data on Provisional Designation Destroyers. Acquire. Plus acquire, minus ignore. This chamber is the site of a skirmish between Skitarii and the Destroyers. A few corpses, badly mauled by gauss fire, lie around a hurriedly erected flak-weave barricade. Let's examine the marks of weapon fire and other evidence for information on their combat tactics, because Scaevola was saying we shouldn't ignore this opportunity to get data. Calculation commences. Lives of Skitarii troopers, additional Necron combat data. Calculation complete. Exchange justified. Yeah, that's how Scaevola do. The cohort spent a long time documenting the weapon marks and wound patterns left by the destroyers. These particular Necrons seem to use their mobility to unleash massive targeted firepower against key targets. Great. Seems really hopeful for me. I do get here. It triggers the Necron Awakening before it starts the mission. So, I think it was unavoidable with this room layout, but we get extra foes. This is a destroyer. It's basically a tank. Intrigue. Most interesting. Not all forms are humanoid. Excuse me. Not all forms are humanoid. Logging data. Centurion form. Gravity defying. The Xenos show that they are more alien than we originally thought. Text of the oiled cog V12 states, one can verge from the standard form, but one must always retain their humanity, or be lost to the men of iron and their ways. Men of Iron being the roboids that conquered the human empire in millennia ago. And the robots, like true robots without human parts in them. And that's why we don't make robots, guys. I mean, come on. I do not mean to diverge from the discussion, but what are these Iron Men? Oh, thank you, game. Are you going to tell us? It's not. Unclear. This text was logged many millennia ago. There's no other reference to them in my cogitators. Keep focused, brothers. We have a new enemy afoot, and we must ensure they do not surprise us with new trickeries. Be alert and focus. Alright. Sometimes I don't know if this is if English is the first language, or just typos or whatever, but sometimes the dialogue is not amazing. Alright, let's move our people up. I like to, especially when there's like a fucking choke point like this, looks like the only way we're getting off this platform is via stairs. I like to arrange my people so that they can all get down on the first turn, no matter what the turn order ends up being. Let's press start battle. Necron Destroyer gets 2 turns, one at the beginning of the initiative and one at the end. See, I told you about these things. They deploy little Necrons. Fortunately, this Necron Destroyer is on the other side of a wall, so we got a little bit of time to set up before he accesses us. All we have to do is kill the Necron Destroyer, but if we can kill more than the Destroyer, then I'm not gonna complain. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Okay, looks like there's... Well, let's scan the Necron Destroyer. See who we should be sending after it. Okay, so he's got 22 health and no armor, which is pretty good news for me. Ooh, also we could scan this thing over here. That'll be very nice because it'll get us some Blackstone, which is we use that for money. So the more Blackstone we get, the more level ups we are going to get. Use a cognition point to get this cognition point, and then we will use that cognition point to go probably exactly as far as we were going to anyway. But it felt slightly better, so it's fun for me. We'll send another servitor this way, and hopefully we can bait the Destroyer into coming that way as well. That Necron warrior rolls over and shoots us with his big green laser. Sorry, his Gauss weapon. Not a green laser, a Gauss weapon. Remember, they're not lasers. They're Gauss weapons. Let's throw our servo skull at the Necron warrior. See if he's got any armor. Nope, he's just got 10 HP, which is a decent amount of HP, I'm not gonna lie, but it's fine. It's gonna be fine. And we will roll up Jeremiah. We're not going to spend a cognition point to move him because that would just move him into the Destroyer's range, which might happen anyway because he gets pretty much 2 back-to-back turns. Alright, so between rounds, if we have cognition points, we can deploy more servitors, which is awesome. You can just poop them out right into the middle of the field. It's great. It's awesome. I don't think we're going to do that this time. Yeah, know what? Let's do it. Fuck it. Because it's possible that the Necron Destroyer will shoot one of the servitors. Please actually do that. Nope. Of course he shoots me. 7 damage? Jimbus Crimbus, that's so much damage. Alright, well, let's roll up with the servitor. He had a little symbol that looked like his weapon because, but I'll show you next time I get the chance to. Good job, servitor. 1 damage. Fucking nice. Alright, so you can see him moving around, la la la, but when I move next to an enemy, it shows a little yellow symbol. That means I can hit him with physical damage using a weapon. Yellow for physical, remember. Blue energy, yellow physical. Remember this. You guys, remember. Alright, so we'll move up our servitor. We'll slap him, give him a good one right across the face with our claw. And then we will chill there. Oh, good. Our little friend who got shot first has the capabilities to heal himself on his turns. So let's roll over here. Because, excuse me, it's like a little thing jam here. There's a console that if we move next to it, it gives us Blackstone. Also, we can kill it, and it'll reduce the level of awakening on the field, which is dope. But we don't really have enough cognition points to justify doing that this turn. So we're just going to punch off a shot at the Necron warrior there. Ooh, with our second servitor, we'll move him into a sort of flankety style position so that wherever the Necron Destroyer goes, he's going to get hit by 2 opportunity attacks, and he'll have to feel bad about his choices. Our friend gets an opportunity attack. I think opportunity attacks do extra damage. I'm not 100% sure on that one, and I'm sorry. But he shoots our servitor friend and gives us a bonus cognition point. Very, very flattering. Let's use a canticle. Let's cancel out of this gunshot. Let's use one of our canticles, which is restore 5 HP on the active unit. Because I don't know if we can prevent the destroyer from shooting our little 8 HP tech priest back here, but if we can't prevent it, at least he'll be less likely to kill. I also can't remember if that was a crit last turn or just a regular hit. If it was a crit, it's a huge fucking bummer for me. Alright, and then we'll roll over here. Try to get closer to that cognition point thing, just because I like it. Let's, in fact, yeah, let's go stand next to it now. Even though we're using a cognition point to do it, it will recharge at the start of the next round and give us another cognition point anyway. So it'll be a net gain, eventually. Ooh, 2 devastating opportunity attacks from our servitors, doing way more damage than the 1 to 2 they were doing with their normal attacks. But one of them sadly falls, though not before generating a cognition point for us. Alright, that's reinforcements. These are little scarabs. Canoptex scarabs. What are those? Opportunity equals knowledge. Gather. Must obtain. Required. Raysack. Raysack is the person we came here following. They were lost, but every time we run into a new enemy, he'll sort of activate sometimes, and not every time. Sometimes when we run into a new enemy, he'll activate and tell us about it. So next time on Tim Friend, we'll find out what these weird little scarabs do. They're cute. I like their design. All right. Bye, everybody.
We're Tim Friend.